Hey, it's Dave from cheapwinefinder.com coming at you again with a wine we got from Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's, since the COVID thing, has been kind of light on new wines. They finally came out with a few new ones, and we have a new one today. And it is the Trader Joe's Petit Reserve Russian River Valley Sauvignon Blanc 2019. And it's, I always think it's a $7.99 Sauvignon Blanc, and I always, when you get one from a fancy growing area like the Russian River, which is coastal Sonoma, you always think, it's maybe some fancy winery that had some leftover $20 wine, and Trader Joe's got a deal on a small amount of it and sell it to you for $7.99, and not this time. That does happen from time to time, but this is from Owl Ridge Wine Services, which has been a company out of Russian River since 2004. They're a custom crush private label. If you want to start your own wine label, you go to them and you tell them what you want, and they'll make it for you and label it, and then you can make your own company and sell it to stores, and if you're a Trader Joe's, they'll make you wine too. And this is from the Russian River, and they've been at it since 2004, which gives them years of having contacts with the local vineyards and the wineries, so they have good resources. And Trader Joe's has, price advantages. Basically, they don't advertise. They don't have to have distributors go, store to store trying to sell their wine, getting the shelves. Everything's done up front. I think they pay for it up front too. I'm not always sure about every single deal, but I do know that is what happens with these wines. Once they contract for it and they pay for it up front, it's theirs to sell or not sell. So that's what we have going here. And this is a Sauvignon Blanc from the Russian River Valley. And I don't think I've had many of those. Russian River is a wonderful place for wine. There's some high-end wineries in there. But I normally get the Pinot Noir or the Chardonnay. That's what they're most well known for. And though I know there's some wonderful producers making Sauvignon Blanc in there, and some really good vineyards, and this probably came from somebody's really good vineyard. I'm going to take a sip. And it kind of reminds me of New Zealand, but not quite. It's got some both flavors. It's got some spice. I wrote down all of my tasting notes on the review on cheapwinefinder.com to go into all the detail, but this isn't a light and fluffy patio cooler. You're going to want to put a good chill on this, but you're going to sit down and you're going to want to drink it and think, just figure out what's in there, because there was a little bit of cream, a little bit of salty flavors, there's spice, there's sweet, there's sour, there's tart. It's not bad for $7.99. Yeah, Russian River, like I said, I don't normally get my Sauvignon Blanc from the Russian River, but it gave me a little bit of New Zealand, which isn't bad. Had good acidity, didn't have that grab another glass acidity that I like so much with inexpensive wines, but it had good acidity. Tons of flavor, great aroma. Yeah, there's nothing really to complain. I mean, I like my Sauvignon Blanc young, without a lot of aging, not a lot of production technique. Just crush the grapes, do what you got to do, bottle it, maybe age it just a little bit. This is 2019. They didn't age it that long. And let it go. And that's how I like my Sauvignon Blanc, and that's what this is. And it's $7.99. It's from a place that I don't normally get my Sauvignon Blanc, which is a plus in my book. And I actually have a book. That's a Quentin Tarantino quote. And so what there's not to like? $7.99 for Sauvignon Blanc. It tastes good. It's interesting. It's well made. And it's cheap. Hey, that's what Cheap Wine Finder's all about. We found one that's interesting, cheap. And if you like Sauvignon Blanc, you'll like this. It's going to be right in your wheelhouse. So there you go. Check it out. $7.99 Trader Joe's. They seem to have their mojo back. They're kind of nothing going on for a while, but There you go. Keep it cheap. I've got some other stuff coming up before too long. I'll talk to you in a couple of days. Check out the Cheap Wine Finder website for all the details, and adios.